Hi everybody! I know it's been a while since I've been here doing DIY tutorials and crafts. Sorry about that. The holidays came and the last time I did any was around October. But I had some downtime and I finally created a lot of new jewelry, as you can see, as well as necklaces, earrings. So I hope you'll join me. Keep watching this video. I'm going to show you a bunch of new jewelry ideas that you can make at home. It's affordable, fast, very easy. So join me now and we'll get started. Okay, so I had some downtime after the holidays. I know I didn't do a lot of creating around August. I kind of stopped after all my giveaways and things. I was busy doing a lot of other stuff, and the holidays were coming up, and I started my paranormal blogs, and I was doing reviews for myself and other companies. And I also got new braces. So I'm just bringing that out there in case you haven't seen my other videos where I announce that if my teeth look weird, I have braces. They're in there. They're the clear Invisalign. And I have attachments on my teeth that attach to the attachments on the braces. So I'll probably have this in for a year. So if my teeth look different, that's why. All right, so I'm going to get started. Now, because I had some downtime, I created a bunch of things. Now, I have this shirt on. Sorry if it's a little low cut, but I did a review on this shirt and another shirt that I got for Christmas from Venus Catalog. So if you want, if you haven't already seen it, go check that out. That'll be in my other playlist, my second playlist in reviews. And this shirt, and it's a glittery one with, so you'll see this in another one that I got for Christmas from Venus. Okay, so now I made this choker, and I'll be showing you that, and I'm going to show you a bunch of these, and then later I'll make some tutorials so you'll know how to make it as well, because this will be a long video and it'll probably be 3-4 parter or maybe 2 or 3, because I want to show you each one and explain how you can make it. Okay, so join me now and let's get started. Okay, so my first show and tell jewelry idea is this choker. Now, all I did was buy some lace from, I believe this was Hobby Lobby. So I bought some lace from Hobby Lobby. It has a little design, I don't know if you can see it, it has a little design, and it's just lace ribbon. And it comes in a package where it's like doubled twice, but they're actually one long connection. Now, even if you're not going to use the whole thing, it's okay, because if you're making it to give as gifts and sell, you could do that. And it was really easy to make. All you needed was the lace, some chain, some dangly little teardrop beads, and some jump rings. And this I created, it's a combination of 3 things. And I'll get into how I did that, but this is an idea. So what I did was I took the ribbon and I cut about a length like this. Now you can measure, but sometimes I don't bother measuring. I want to see what it looks like. So I took a piece like this because it's better to cut it a little extra long, because it's easier when you go longer to make it shorter than when it's short. You can't make it longer. So I took it and then I went in front of the mirror and I felt where it ended in the back on both sides. And now you can take a clip or a piece of tape and then take it back to your working table. And I just affix. Now you could do it fancy if you're going to make it to give as gifts or sell. I did it really quick, and I should do it the proper way by getting the crimps, the clamping crimps that you put on the ends for the clasps. But if you're in a rush where you don't really care and it's just for you, I just put a jump ring on one side, a big enough one, and on the other side I put another jump ring attached to a regular lobster claw clamp. And that's how I did it. Because it has lace, it has holes, and I just followed that. And I cut the excess off. But if you want to do it the proper way, you're going to measure, you're going to feel first where it ends on your neck. And you want to go a little extra, and then you get those clamps. And when you get those crimping clamps, you put on the ends. If I can find a picture, I'll insert it in here of what I'm talking about. One side will be for the attaching and one side will be for the clamp. And what you want is a little chain, because when it comes to chokers, if you're going to make them for other people other than yourself, or like a gift, or to sell, the issue with that is people might be heavier and have a bigger neck. People have different sizes, so it might not be the same size as your neck. So it's good to have the clasp hanging on a little bit of a chain, or actually it's good to have the jump ring that the clasp is going to attach to on a little bit of a chain, so you can pick and choose how long or how short you're going to make it. So you can hook a few jump rings or a big loop chain all the way down, so that your clasp can decide whether it wants to latch onto a smaller or larger, depending on the size of neck. So this gives people an option. If you're selling them and they have a bigger neck than other people, they'll still be able to wear it. Plus, this material is pretty stretchy, so keep that in mind as well. And then once you got a pattern down and a size, you can do that. Then the other thing I did was get some chain. Now this chain is from BB Crafts, and what I did was, it was just a pile of chain they put in a bag, and you can pick whatever you want, and keep in mind whether you want a finer chain. I'm just going to go closer so you can see. It's a finer chain. Since I'm wearing it, I can't put it up to the camera. Okay. And then I had some teardrop beads, and I made the chain, and I cut it and put it in a jump ring and made sure they were both the same size. Now the length can vary to what you want. I didn't really go by measuring it. I often don't do that. I just went by how long I want it. And I kept, you're looking at the mirror, how did I want them to sit, how far apart from the center. Now the center, what I did was, this is just a regular pendant, okay? I painted the back black. Then I had one of those ones with the skull. It's like a little charm thing with little skulls facing either way. And then I got these like little gem jewels. What I did was I glued the little charm skull thing on top of the pendant tray, and then I glued the jewel on top of that to give it a three-dimensional look. Pendant trays you can find on Amazon. They're Tibetan silver pendant trays, and they come in like pewter, copper, and I believe gold, but silver. And I bought them in bulk a long while ago. So that's that. I just attached to a jump ring. And then these two are the same beads that are here, and I just used a jump ring and attached it, and that's it. It was simple. I think I did the whole thing in less than 5 minutes. It was like that. Where's my other one? So I did it really super fast. It was easy, fast, and most the other stuff I already had. I had the chain, so you can use any chain. You don't have to purchase a special chain. If you want a black chain, you could do that. Now they also sell rolls of chain, and they sell it both online, and you can get it at any craft store. So I didn't really have to spend any money other than on the ribbon, because I already had jump rings and I already had all this stuff. So, but you might want to, because I didn't have those crimping things for the end. So if you want to do it a little more neater, you can do that. Okay, so that's how I made that, and I did it and I looked at the time. I did that in a little bit less than 5 minutes. So, not bad. That's how you make that one. Now my second choker that I made was another ribbon choker. Now this ribbon, it's, if you can see it, it's like a reddish, like a darker red. It kind of matches this. I could probably put this on to show you what it looks like. So hold on and I'll be right with you. Now, my second choker I made is this red ribbon one. And it's a little redder, and this is more of a burgundy purpley kind of color. So it doesn't really go that well. It kind of clashes, but it'd be better for if you're wearing a black shirt or a more red that complements that. And it was really super easy to make. All you had to do was get, all you have to do is you get ribbon. Now I got this ribbon at Michael's, and the ribbon for this, the lace, I took this off. So now I can show you what I did to the back. The back, I just rigged it up, and I used one of these clasps, you know, the bar and ring, and that's all I did. But you want to do it more proper, and you could even sew, like fold your thing and sew it to make it neater. But like I said, I just made it for myself. And that's this, and see how it stretches? Okay. Now for this, I was going to try to show you, but the charm that it's on, if you can see, the charm that it's on the pendant tray, and then it's on a charm, and then one of those jewels you find in a box that comes with different shapes and sizes. It's all buried in my craft supplies, and it would be too much to take out. But if you could see, this is this black charm, okay? It's not metal or anything, and it usually has skulls on it, and they have them at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. They have like a skull, almost looks like a cameo, just showing you the skull facing left and right and forward. They have a variety of them. You've probably seen them, so to give you a better look. And that's what I just, to make it like a different layered type of gothic pendant. And then, like I said, I glued the jewel on it, and I used E6000 jewelry glue. Don't use a glue gun because glue guns tend to dry out, and then whatever you glue to it falls. So, okay, so that's how I did that. And back to this choker. Now on this choker, it was simple. I just got the ribbon. For the back, I did the same thing, but like I said, if you want it more professional and neater, or if you're going to make them to give as gifts or sell, you're going to want to use those clamps on the back where the clasp is. But again, I just did put the jump ring on one side and the clasp on the other. And I use a regular clasp, not the lobster claw clasp, not the bar and circle clasp like I did on this one. And oh, and before I do that, the best way to store these is on a little cardboard. Cut a piece of cardboard out, so it, you know, but not too long that it stretches the choker out. Otherwise it may, you know, if you're storing it, it'll just look odd. It might overstretch your lace. Just enough where there's a little play, but it's a good way to store it and keep the shape instead of it getting all tangled up in a ball. Alright, so you might want to do something like that. Just cut a piece of cardboard. Not the full length. So, and that's all I did. Off of an old box. I did the same thing to store this. Now, the other thing you want to do for this is get some chain. Again, I use the same thin chain that I used for my other choker. And I had some of these beads, and this one's different. Now, you can use a different bead for the middle, and then other ones there, but the same color. You can interchange, you could do red and black. And I didn't want a big center pendant, so what I did was I just used the same chain, cut it to different lengths, and you want to cut them all at the same time. Of course, the middle one's going to be longer. These two are going to be a little shorter than the middle, but you're going to want to make them the same size. And then these just a little bit shorter. And then I just took a jump ring and I attached the jump ring right through the bead and onto the chain, and the chain with the jump ring onto the ribbon. And of course I laid the ribbon out in front of me, and I took placed all the chains where I'd want it to be, and then I put the jump rings in first and attached the chains before I added these. This way I wanted to make sure that everything was centered properly and hanging the way I wanted it to. So you might want to do that, just so you know it's perfectly all aligned correct. Otherwise you're going to have them all off, and you just make a little hole. What I used was with one of my little jewelry making tools, just a little tiny hole, or a big pin if you have it, just to put the jump ring through. You don't want to destroy it and get scissors, and because then you stretch it out. That's all you have to do. And it was easy, and it took about the same time, a little less than 5 minutes, to make this. And I already had the chain and the beads. All I had to do was get the ribbon. So this ribbon I got at Hobby Lobby, lace ribbon, and this ribbon I got at Michael's. And it's a material ribbon. It's not like the shiny stuff you use on presents. And fine chain. This chain I got from BB Crafts. These beads were from Hobby Lobby on a string. And these black beads that are dangling here came in a kit with other beads, but you can use any kind of beads you want, and that's just the look. So those are those two choker ideas. So I hope you'll stick around and watch my next video, where I'm going to show you two necklace things that I made. One was a choker, so I'm going to show you a choker I made and a necklace I made. So stick around. Be sure you watch my next video showing you these and telling you how you can make it also. So I hope you like these two jewelry ideas. It's a kind of tell tutorial. I don't have all the tools out. I mean, it's pretty explanatory, even if you're a beginner at making jewelry. I mean, it's not so hard to know that you have to cut your ribbon and use some jump rings, chain, and beads. It's very easy to do. And just, you know, when you're making it, you can keep my video up and roll and take a look at it. What I do to get inspired for ideas is I go to Pinterest or Google and look at pictures of different DIY jewelry. Now, you don't want to copy it, you want to make it your own. All you're doing is looking for inspiration and ideas. So unless you really love something, but you know, you use different beads, a different style. But I wanted a Gothic choker, and there was so many of them, and I just made this out of my own idea. I already made this a while back, but I never wore it. And then I just had these things. So if you make jewelry, you probably have all this at home. You might even have ribbon. So it's really easy to do. Like I said, you just lay the ribbon down. When you're trying it on, make sure it reaches your back, and do the same thing with the crimping. And I'll put a picture again in here if I find it for the back to make it look more neater and professional. But if you're really making it for yourself and you don't care, and if you have long hair like me, and I seldom wear my hair up, so no one's going to see the back. But if you want it to be neater, because like on here, that's all I did. And you can too, it won't stretch out. But it's always better to get those clamps and the crimping clamps to put on the sides. And attach. And always have a chain for the different lengths if you're going to make it as to give as gifts and sell on whatever chokers, because like I said, people might have different size necks. Now, if you're just making it for yourself, that's fine. You're going to size it. You'll know exactly where it's going to clasp in, and that's not going to be the issue. But you don't want to make a bunch of these chokers to sell or give as gifts, and then somebody, you know, you'll keep returning it because it doesn't fit their neck. So everybody is a different size. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that show and tell tutorial. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Remember to like this video and share this video if you want. And please be sure, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, that you hit the subscribe button and click the bell for future notifications. So keep looking back, because I have more jewelry show and tell tutorials. See you on my next video.